Beneath the ancient canopy of Sherwood Forest, as dawn's first light barely brushes the earth, Robin Hood and his merry men prepare for their first raid. Today, the path they walk is no longer just a road through the woods. It is the road of rebellion, a path that will echo in the hearts of the people of England for generations to come. It begins as any other day for the wealthy noble traveling through Sherwood. He is cloaked in the finest fabrics, his carriage heavy with gold coins and precious goods collected from the poor through cruel taxes and unjust fines. But today, he will be met with more than he bargained for. Robin and his men strike swiftly and silently, emerging from the shadows like specters, their faces hidden behind hoods. The guards are outnumbered, caught off guard by the sheer audacity of this band of outlaws. Weapons are drawn, but Robin's strategy is clear. Swift, decisive, and without bloodshed if it can be avoided. The noble, outraged and disbelieving, demands an explanation. But there is none. For Robin and his band, the message is clear in every movement they make. Justice for those who have had none. And though this nobleman may think himself above the common people, here in the depths of Sherwood, he finds himself at the mercy of a justice he cannot understand. As news of the raid spreads, Robin and his merry men return to the village with their bounty. A bounty not of greed but of charity, taken not to hoard, but to give. The villagers, worn and wary, watch in stunned silence as Robin's men distribute coins and food among them. For many, it is the first time they have held such treasures, the first time they feel they have a protector in their midst. In the faces of the villagers, Robin sees a transformation. The timid glances of desperation turn into looks of hope, a spark that he recognizes as the beginning of something greater. By giving back what had been stolen from them, Robin becomes more than just an outlaw. He becomes a legend, a symbol of what is possible when one dares to fight for justice. To the poor, Robin's actions are nothing short of miraculous. He promises no loyalty to any lord or king but to them, the people who have been trampled under the weight of Prince John's greed. Robin's rebellion isn't one of empty gestures. It is real, tangible, and it begins to kindle a fire in the hearts of those who had long since lost hope. And so, the whispers grow. Tales of Robin Hood spread through the villages, of a man who steals from the rich only to give back to the poor, a man whose heart beats not for glory or riches, but for justice. The stories take root, planting seeds of defiance in those who once accepted their fate. For the first time in years, the people begin to believe in something greater than themselves, a chance for freedom. Robin's first robbery is but the beginning. With each successful raid, his legend grows bolder, his defiance sharper. He and his merry men move with unmatched skill, intercepting tax collectors, ambushing noble convoys, and using the forest's cover to slip away into safety. For every sack of gold they seize, there is a village fed, a family saved, a child who sleeps without hunger. As Robin's influence spreads, so does the courage of the people. Villagers share secret smiles and nods when they hear the name Robin Hood, for in his deeds they find a reason to hope again. Even those who dare not speak of him openly feel a new strength within them, a resilience that grows with every story of Robin's daring feats. But not everyone is pleased by these tales of heroism. In the stone walls of the castle, Prince John and the Sheriff of Nottingham fume with anger and fear, for they know that the seeds of rebellion, once planted, cannot easily be uprooted. With each act of defiance, Robin challenges their rule, undermines their authority, and, worst of all, he inspires others to question the power of the crown. Determined to put an end to this threat, the sheriff sends more soldiers into Sherwood, hunting Robin and his men with a ruthless intensity. But Sherwood is not just a hiding place, it is Robin's domain, his fortress of freedom. Here, he moves like a shadow, elusive and untouchable, leaving only traces and whispers behind him. For the villagers, Robin becomes more than just a man. He becomes a legend, a beacon of hope that stands in defiance of the tyranny they have suffered for so long. His raids are not just acts of rebellion but of restoration, a reclaiming of what was once theirs. To them, he is a champion of justice, a man whose courage restores their dignity, whose charity brings warmth to the coldest of hearts. In time, even the children join in the legend. They play in the fields, pretending to be Robin Hood, stealing from imaginary nobles and sharing their spoils. Through these games, through their laughter, the spirit of Robin Hood lives on, passed from one generation to the next. Robin's rebellion becomes more than a moment. It becomes a movement, a legend that will outlast even the walls of Nottingham's strongest fortress. Under the cover of night, in the heart of Sherwood, Robin and his band rest, knowing that with every raid, every coin they return, they are building something far greater than themselves. Around their fire, they share stories of the people they have helped, the lives they have touched. For them, it is not just about taking from the rich, it is about restoring balance, about giving the people a chance to live without fear. For Robin, this path was never one he sought, but one he could not turn away from. His heart beats not for riches, but for justice, his every action a quiet declaration that he will not stand idly by while others suffer. And so, as he stares into the fire, he sees his mission not as an end but as a beginning, the start of a battle that will carry on as long as there is injustice in the land. In the darkness of Sherwood, the flame of rebellion burns bright. Robin Hood, the thief who gives back, has become more than a man. He is a symbol, a legend, a hope that will endure beyond his lifetime, carried forward in the hearts of those he has sworn to protect. Subscribe to Mystic Legacies for more tales of heroes, myths, and history, and join us in uncovering the legend of Robin Hood.